Good morning, scholars. Today is Friday, April 24th, 2020, day 18 of Mr. Correa's Math Virtual Learning. Today, scholars, we're going to just review how to model fractions using shapes and number line. Okay, so this week we learned that fractions begin from a whole which is equal to the number 1. And when you think of your wholes, you can think of either a whole apple or a whole square, which represents one whole. We also talked about fractional units. We said that fractional units show how many equal parts a whole shape is partitioned into. We have 3 examples below. We have a square partitioned into 2 equal parts, which makes halves. We have a rectangle partitioned into 3 equal parts, which makes thirds. And we have another square, which is partitioned into 4 equal parts, which makes fourths. We also learned that fractional units can be written in 2 forms. We can write them in uniform and in fraction form. For example, we have a whole square that is partitioned into 4 equal parts, and one of those equal parts are named. So the uniform, which is the numeral 1 and the word fourth, is written 1/4. And the fraction form to express 1/4 is 1 fraction bar 4. And we state this the same as the uniform, 1/4. We also talked about how to represent fractions on the number line between 0 and 1. And we said a great way to do this is use a fraction bar. If you notice that I have a fraction bar partitioned into 2 equal parts, which makes halves. We also stated that the number line must be the exact same length as your fractional bar. And the equal spaces are equal to the equal parts in the fraction strip. So the number line is also showing halves. We know the fraction for 0 or 0 wholes is 0 halves. The first notch will be 1/2. And the second notch, which is the last, which will be 2 halves, which is equal to 1 whole. We also stated that when you place fractions on a number line, there are some things that can help you. The numerator is represented by the notches on the number line, and the denominator is represented by the number of equal spaces between 0 and 1. For example, below I have a number line partitioned into 4 equal parts. If you notice that the highlighted spaces, which are purple, represent the denominator. And if we see 4 equal spaces between 0 and 1, we know that that is showing fourths. So our denominator will be 4. If you notice the notches are in red, and the notches tell us the numerator. This notch, which is notch 0, will be 0/4. And if we count up the number line, we know that each notch is represented by the numerator. Notch 1 will be 1 in my numerator, 1/4. Notch 2 will be the number 2 in my numerator for the fraction 2/4. Notch 3 will be my numerator 3 in the fraction for 3/4. And the last notch, which is the 4th notch, will be my numerator in the fraction 4/4. So these are a few things you can remember when placing fractions on a number line. This wraps up our review for today. I hope you all have a safe and relaxing weekend. Look forward to seeing you all Monday. Have a good day.